Hi guys, it's Ali. Welcome or welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I will be taking a look at the brand new Reign palette that BPerfect did in collaboration with Makeup by Alinna. So if you want to see the swatches, the little look that I do, and my general overall opinion of this palette, then go ahead and keep on watching. It's been a good couple of weeks, I'd say at least a month since I sat down and filmed a video, so you are going to have to be patient with me. This may end up being all over the place, but life generally has been all over the place for me over the past 4 weeks. It's a conversation that I'm not ready to have right now, but we are here and there's a palette, so I thought this is a perfect time for me to sit down, do my makeup, feel good about myself, and just, you know, unwind a little bit. So when I saw this palette released and the jewel tones and the South Asian inspiration behind this palette, I was all over it. I'm not gonna lie, like this palette definitely called out to me with the tones that were in here. So yeah, I'm definitely excited to have a play with this one. The palette itself is part of a 4-piece collection. I only have the palette. There were 3 gel eyeliners, but I'm not really a gel eyeliner person, so I went ahead and just grabbed the palette, which cost me $34.95. I did use a discount code because if you know me by now, paying full price for makeup is just not something that I do on the regular. So if you are interested in the discount code, then go ahead and drop a comment in the comment section down below. Also go ahead and subscribe. I don't know why I haven't told you to subscribe yet. Go ahead and subscribe because why not? So this is what the website says about the palette. From rich jewel tones to bold neon hues, the Reign collection is inspired by ancient art, culture, and traditions of South Asia. So it is a 30-pan palette. There are 19 rich pigment mattes, 7 jeweled shimmers, and 4 sparkle pressed glitters. So that's the rundown of the palette. I'm going to go ahead and show you guys the packaging and the inside of the palette, and then we're going to do some swatches and hopefully somewhat of a look. So this is what the packaging looks like. It's one of the fold over book style palettes, similar to the NikkieTutorials collaboration with Beauty Bay palette, but this is what this looks like. And as you can see, it's got this gorgeous holographic design all over the palette. And then both sides have mirrors in them. Unlike the NikkieTutorials palette, they are both standard mirrors. There's no magnifying mirror in this palette, which I don't particularly have any beef with. I don't specifically go out looking for magnifying mirrors in my palette, so it makes no difference to me. But these are the colors. So as you can see, we have a lot of very deep, rich colors in here. And the one thing that I love about this, I know it's probably not intentional, but it's something that I can appreciate, is that a lot, if not all of the tones in this palette can be used by my deeper skinned queens and kings, because I'm just so over having ashy palettes. Like, it's just so beyond me at this point that I can really appreciate something with depth like this palette has. Not to mention the gorgeousness of the pressed glitters. Like, they look absolutely stunning. I'm just hoping that they perform as well as they look, and I'm not sure about the shimmers just yet, but we're gonna see, because the Dream Big palette, although it was all over the place performance wise, the shimmers were really pretty. So without further ado, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna swatch the mattes, swatch the shimmers, and then swatch the glitters. I always do my arm swatches crooked, but this is all of the mattes swatched, and for me it's definitely giving pigment. I didn't have any issues swatching these, and the vibrance of these colors is absolutely immaculate. As you can see, shades that I typically find hard to swatch, like yellows, true reds, you know, the emerald green tone color, the royal blue, those kind of things, they're showing up absolutely stunningly on my skin tone, which makes me very excited, and also very scared to play with this palette, because I know that it's going to pack a punch when it comes to the pigment. So this is literally all of the mattes. So we have 19 mattes in total. Okay, so here are the jeweled shimmers, and these are honestly giving me Your Highness royal vibes. Like, especially the purple and the 2 bluey green shades, it's giving me Princess Jasmine from Aladdin. Like, hello. I am obsessed with these. These are so gorgeous. But now I kind of wish there were more of these, because they look absolutely stunning. I feel like the ideal when swatching pressed glitters is to use a glitter glue base, but I don't have one, so I'm just sort of freeballing it right now, and we're just gonna see. So bear that in mind when I do swatch the 4 pressed glitters, that this is without a glitter glue base. So these are the pressed glitters. I feel like my ring light is sort of disturbing the colours, but we've got a red, a sort of bronzy toned colour, a fuchsia, and then the blue, which is Sorcery, is mixed in with pink shimmers in there. So these are the 4 pressed glitters. So for the look today, I've actually decided to try, I don't want to say recreate because I already know it's not going to look like the promo shoot picture, but I do want to recreate the look that Alinna did have in all the photo shoots and stuff like that when the palette was being advertised. I just fell in love with the depth and just the sultriness of the look and just how rich everything looks. So I'm going to give it a shot and we'll just see what happens. Yeah, I'm going to insert a photo right here so you can kind of see what I'm trying to do. Whether or not I successfully do it is another story, but first things first, I am going to go ahead and prime my lid. I'm using the P. Louise base Rumor number 7. The first shade I'm going to go into is just this yellow shade right here. This is Parade, and I'm sort of building up the colours that we sort of saw up here first, and then I'll sort of focus on the main lid area. So I think I can see a little bit of yellow in there, so I'm just going to start with some of that yellow. Okay, so it is actually picking up. Fairly decent on my skin tone. I'm hoping that you can all see, but there's a very good chance that you don't. So I think there's not a lot of yellow, I just see a hint of it, so I'm just gonna leave that there. I think I can see some orange as well, but it's a deeper shade than Glory, which is this one here. So I think I'm going to go in with this shade right here, and this is Ritual. And this is like sort of what a true orange would look like, and I'm just going to put this one right next to it, but also kind of blend it into it as well, because that's just what it looks like. I'm just going off of what the picture looks like, honestly, and hoping for the best. I'm trying to sort of cater to my own eye shape, but hopefully still achieve the same gorgeous look. Then I'm taking our red here, which is Sultan, and I'm gonna just add this as well. So the pigment is actually really nice in this palette. The shades are super easy to go on the lid, like I'm having no issues whatsoever with that aspect of it. There is some fallout, but I kind of just expect it now when the product is super pigmented. So yeah, I'm not mad at it. Okay, and it looks like the red sort of drifts away into the back here. Okay, so that's what I'm seeing. That's what I'm seeing. And then it kind of looks like this purple shade right here, which is Heirloom, is blended in there somewhere towards the end here with the red. Okay, the fallout is falling onto my face. Oh my gosh. I should have probably packed in a lot less product on my brush. I'm literally just eyeballing it. I have no idea if these are the correct shades. I'm just, look. I'm gonna go in with this fuchsia shade next. This is Goddess, because I am seeing a bit of a pinky hue, but it's not quite Bloom, which is the bright pink that we've got in this palette. So I'm gonna take a little bit of this shade. Again, fallout, should have learnt my lesson the first time. And I'm just gonna blend this in to Heirloom and just see what that looks like. I'm just blending everything back and forth because it is a cut crease kind of look, so I am going to have to cut the crease at some point, so it will just sort of neaten itself up. So I'm not too concerned at the moment. I haven't done a look that goes far out in a very, very long time. This is exciting. I'm kind of liking how everything looks right now. It might look a mess, but it's like an organized mess that I'm low-key here for it. I feel like I've just done a whole lot of color here to now just remove it. But it's fine because I'm going to go ahead and cut my crease. So I'm going to try and recreate that shape of cut crease. I don't typically do that shape, but I'm going to give it a good shot. This is the finished look, and honestly, for a recreation, I feel like this actually looks really, really good. I'm not sure if like the dimensions and the sort of slants and all the little trigonometry that I had to do to get this look suit my face shape. I feel like this is for a more sort of pointed face shape or more sort of structured. I have a fairly round face shape, so I feel like, I don't know, from the eyes down, it's not quite doing what I want it to do. Like if I cover my face like this, I think this looks absolutely stunning. And I do actually feel like, hold on, let me just try and do a little recreation of the little promo pic. But yeah, I just kind of feel like my face shape isn't for this eye look. I feel like really proud of myself with the recreation that I have done. It wasn't easy given that there was no tutorial and I was just sort of eyeballing the colors. But now that I'm looking at the finished everything tied together, I don't think it's looking bad. I'm going to reinsert the picture over here for you guys. Let me know if you think I did a good job. I mean, it's good to have critique and whatnot. But yeah, this is the finished look. And in terms of the palette itself, this is actually my favourite BPerfect palette. I'm not even going to lie. The reason being is that I had no issues with the formula in this one. As much as I wanted to love the Carnival palettes, I think the very first one that I had, which I can't remember which number it is, it might be number 3 or whatever number it was, the formula was just super dry and I just didn't understand the hype for the, I think it was the Love Tahiti palette, that's the one. I just didn't understand the hype. And then the BPerfect X Stacey Marie palette, when I look at it, I did really like that palette, but looking at the shades, I much prefer the tones and shades that were in this one. I mean, this for me is just giving everything. It kind of reminds me of the Jade palette that Beauty Bay did. But of course, given the theme of this one and, you know, the South Asia vibe that we were going for and the riches and the jewels and that, just the, you know, I feel like this just hit in all the right ways. That's how I feel. It was super easy to work with, super blendable. The one thing that I haven't done is work with the pressed glitters. I've tested the matte formula, stunning. I've tested the shimmer formula, that was also stunning. So yeah, that's just sort of where I'm sitting right now. I pretty much love all of the shades in here. I feel like they're very usable and there's a lot that you can do with this palette. I actually have no idea what look I would have done if I didn't go for this recreation. I just wanted to do something a little bit more complicated for like my first YouTube video back in like a month or however long it's been since I filmed. And yeah, I don't know, I had a blast, you guys. I actually did. That's pretty much it from me on this video. Do let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. If I have forgotten anything, then go ahead and drop a comment as well. If you are new here and you haven't seen my face before, make sure to subscribe before you go. If you are someone that has seen my face before and you notice that your subscribe button isn't clicked, then go ahead and click it. And if you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for coming back. And I hope you really enjoyed this video. I am gonna go and take all of this off now because I literally just did it to film. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video and I'll see you in my next one.